Your book. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, let's try these so we can keep track. Of course, they're pink. But
Hey, pink will work. I think that'll work.
Really?
It says LC 22.
Bill, if you want to read it, we'll agree.
Is it LC 223?
Yes, sir.
Would that be consistent with what's fired from those semi-automatic weapons?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And LC stands for the manufacturer.
Yes, sir.
223 is the count.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
These.
Pass the witness.
Please. Good afternoon, Ranger.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. I wasn't expecting that accent.
No, I know. I'm sorry about that. So, my name's Gary Gilly. We've not met before.
No, sir, we have not.
And so you understand, you've done this a lot before, right?
Yes, sir.
So you understand I'm one of the attorneys representing Adrian,
Yes, sir.
right? And
Yes, sir.
You know I've got to ask you some questions.
Sure.
And you testified loads of times.
A couple of times. Yes, sir.
A couple of times. So I'm not going to ask you anything you haven't been asked before. So if I tend to speak too fast, so if I do, you just tell me to slow down. And if you need me to repeat something, say, Gary, go again.
Sounds good. Thanks, sir.
And so I wanted to, let's go back to the beginning of your testimony. So, do I address you as Ranger or Lieutenant? Just to start off with.
Whatever's good with you or Jason. That's just fine.
So if I just call you Ranger, is that good enough? Is that
That's
respectful
perfect.
enough?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, so Ranger, I want to talk to you a bit about your training experience, because you've been, did you say you've been in law enforcement since 1998?
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you for your service. We appreciate you. So that's a lot of experience.
A little bit. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, so you and look, I mean, I wrote some of it down. You've done a lot of things. You've been you're a crime scene investigator, right?
Yes, sir.
You've been a firearms instructor. Are you still a firearms instructor?
Yes, sir.
So how long have you been doing that?
Since probably 2002.
So you've been doing that.
A little bit of time. Yes, sir.
That's 23 years, 24 years now, right?
Yes, sir.
Nearly a quarter of a century. So you've got a lot of experience in the world of firearms and instruction in firearms.
Yes, sir.
But of course, I guess you said that you worked for were you a DPS trooper at the start?
Yes, sir.
And so at some point you have to go through some kind of academy,
Yes, sir.
right? And they teach you basic police tactics or ranger tactics, right?
Basic police tactics. Yes, sir.
And because if you hadn't had any police experience before or law enforcement experience before, that's where they teach you the basic stuff.
Yes, sir.
And so when we talk about basic stuff, we're talking about report writing,
Yes, sir.
some knowledge of the penal code,
Yes, sir.
stuff like that, driving,
Yes, sir.
right, weapon handling,
Yes, sir.
and some tactics that go around basic policing,
Yes, sir.
right? And you like I said, one of the basic things you're doing is report writing, right?
Yes.
Because reports are important,
Yes, sir.
right? Because you try and make them fair, I would imagine, right?
Yes, sir.
Because you try to include details in them.
Yes, sir.
Because on like an occasion like today, this incident was 3 years ago,
Yes, sir.
right? So did you prepare a report about this incident?
We prepared many reports about this incident.
Okay. And have you reviewed any today?
No, sir, I have not today.
Have you reviewed any in preparation for your testimony?
More of the photographs is what I reviewed, a statement, and then many of the interviews that I had done.
So let's talk about, so when you say a statement,
Yes, sir.
you said a statement, is that a statement that you made or?
No, it was based off of an interview that I had done.
So because you also did interviews in this case, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. We'll talk about that in a little while. But do you recall how many reports you authored in this case?
No, most of the reports that I authored were based off the interviews that I had conducted.
So, okay, well, let me go a different way then. So your investigation of this scene, we've established that you went to the scene, and we'll talk about that. I'm talking about the photographs that Mr. Turner's got here, if I may, Bill. Can I borrow those for a second? Is that the right ones?
they're right here.
They're the wrong ones. Can I borrow them for a second? Yes. So you're on a may approach, the witness? Yes. So your investigation of this incident is kind of documented in these photographs, is that
Yes,
fair to
sir.
say? So you didn't do a written report? Or
No.
I guess type now, right?
No, correct. Yes, sir. Most of mine was documented by the photographs.
So I guess traditionally you'd have done, back when you started, it was probably a handwritten report, right?
Sure. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and now it would be a typed report.
Correct.
So your testimony here today is you didn't do that, you just documented your work through photographs.
Other individuals documented it. Mine were through the photographs.
Yeah, your work. So
Yes.
your work was done through these photographs.
Correct.
All right, okay, cool. So I want to make sure that make sure we're not missing anything with,
No, sir.
with reports or anything like that. Okay. So let's talk about your job as because it sounds like you were a firearms instructor before you were a crime scene investigator.
So, and I say crime scene investigator, I'm a ranger. We usually process most of our crime scenes. So, not a crime scene investigator, but more as a ranger. That's one of our duties.
So like dual purpose, you're multitasking. It would be fair to say that you are investigating, but you're also processing the scene yourself.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Whereas I guess sort of what would happen sometimes, a local PD will come and patrol officers or detective will come to a scene and they will call in crime scene folks and they will process the scene.
Correct. As a ranger, we usually do our own.
You can't do both. So when did you specialise in the firearms, before or after you started doing more of the crime scene stuff? Or was it
Before.
Before. So let's talk about that for a second. So I wanted to, and Judge, may I approach the demonstrative?
Yes.
Can I talk about some of the things we discussed earlier with the prosecutor? And this demonstrative that you used earlier, can you all see that there? Can you see that there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, cool. So this round here on this demonstrative, I think it states 2, right? I'm on the left here, I'm indicating on the left. We'll move it so the court reporter can see it. That's what we're talking about. So this would indicate, this is a hugely magnified diagram.
Yes, sir.
This isn't a real projectile or round of ammunition, is it?
No.
It's a diagram.
Yes,
right? But on the bottom here, the end of the round, the cap, if you call it right, it says 9mm.
Correct.
Right, and that would indicate a round or a projectile that gets fired from a smaller weapon, a handheld weapon.
Correct. Yes,
Right,
sir.
because I don't want you to show me, but you're probably armed today.
Yes, sir.
Right. And what kind of sidearm do you carry?
357.
357. And that is
It's a little bit larger than what this would be.
so that's what I was going. It's a self-loading pistol.
Yes, sir.
Right. But that's you wear that on your hip.
Yes, sir.
Right. And so that's probably the only weapon you're wearing right now.
Correct.
But if you address tactically, that would be your secondary.
Correct.
Right. So that would be your backup weapon.
Correct.
Right. And your primary weapon would be a long arm.
If I had a long arm at that time, yes, sir.
If you were doing any kind of tactical work, and the idea of that is you can shoot longer with that.
Correct.
Right. And it's more accurate.
Yes.
And if that fails, you ditch it and you go for your secondary.
Correct.
Which is your pistol on the hip.
Yes,
so
sir.
that's the kind of round that we're talking about here on your diagram.
Correct.
Right. It's not the kind of rounds that Mr. Turner showed you. Where are they? Did you put them on? In States Exhibit 2012.
Correct. The concept is the same.
Yeah.
Just a different type of
and
weapon.
so the jury can see that these are a different caliber, right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
223 can't be fired through a handgun, but the principle is exactly the same,
Yes, sir.
right? Although this, because it would have these ones, you can see that in 12, this has more powder.
Correct.
So because you said earlier, and we'll go back to the diagram here.
Gary, they can't see it.
Can you see it? Oh, you can't see it. So I'm trying to. get these out without handling them. I feel very...
Oh, yeah. You mind if I touch them?
I don't mind.
So Nico's going to show the jury the rounds there. So you'd agree, I guess, these are longer than a normal 9mm round, which is what's portrayed here.
Correct.
So
Yes, sir.
that round is fired out of a longer barreled weapon.
Yes, sir.
Right, I'll say a round of ammunition.
Correct.
Because that right now is a cartridge. So this is a round of ammunition.
Yes, sir.
Right. This thing here is the projectile.
Yes, sir.
Like the bit on the end. This primer gets struck by the firing pin.
Yes, sir.
Right. You pull the trigger. The spring squeezes. Eventually, the firing pin goes forward, and it strikes this pin.
Correct.
And you quite rightly said people think it creates an explosion,
Yes.
and it's really like a very fast burn.
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
And
that's what ignites the gunpowder.
ignites the gunpowder in this cartridge and forces the projectile out of the barrel.
Correct.
Right. And so this cartridge is the thing that carries the charge or the powder.
Correct.
The longer the charge or the cartridge, the faster it travels.
Should be.
And
Yes.
if you add that to a barrel, which makes it spin, it's even more deadly, right? That projectile
Correct.
is
More
even
accurate. Yes, sir.
more accurate, it can travel faster, and it can travel further distances.
Yes, sir.
So that round there is now, potentially in the right weapon, is much more dangerous than a round fired out of like a 9mm weapon.
It's going to be more powerful.
More
Yes, sir.
powerful, so therefore more dangerous. More power equals more velocity.
Correct.
More velocity equals more speed.
Yes.
More speed means more danger.
Potentially. Yes, sir.
Right, potentially. So, and then what happens with these is that the round gets fired and the projectile gets thrown out the end of the barrel, right? Gets pushed, spirals down the barrel, and then goes towards its target.
Correct.
Okay, and then the weapon recycles.
Yes, sir.
We talked about it earlier. So the weapon will cycle, the receiver or some of the action will go forward, then come backwards on itself.
Correct.
And that's what throws the ejected cartridge out.
Correct.
Because you just want to clear that up. So it throws, and depending on the ejector that's inside the weapon itself, that depends where that cartridge goes, right?
A lot of things depend on where that cartridge goes, but yes, it grabs that basically and throws it out.
Because some weapons have slightly different individual characteristics.
Correct.
They have like general characteristics, but that's how you can tell. Because sometimes there will be markings on the rounds and on the cases that you can say this has been fired by this weapon.
Correct.
And sometimes that is the ejector. Right?
Yes.
Because the weapon fires, recycles, and as it's coming back, it hits the ejector pin or whatever you want to call it, and it fires the round out.
Correct.
And generally, most of these weapons are they're recycled to the right.
Yes.
Because I guess
Most of the ones that I've been involved with, yes.
Okay, and I'm assuming maybe you tell us it's probably because most people are right-handed, right?
Correct.
Because it fires away from the firer's face.
Correct.
So generally, rounds when they're fired from a long-barreled weapon or a handgun go to the right.
That's the intention.
That's
yes,
the
sir.
intention. Because it keeps away from the firer's face.
Correct.
It'd be no good for military or law enforcement.
Exactly.
It goes away to the right, but sometimes it'll go backwards.
Correct.
So there's no real science, there's no real way of accurately saying, does it go backwards or just sideways?
Correct.
But what we can agree with is that round is more dangerous than one of these.
Potentially, yes, sir.
Yeah, and so therefore that weapon is.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. And so, because you must do some tactical stuff as well, by the sounds of it.
Yes.
And so when you deploy tactically, what equipment do you have?
A pistol and a rifle.
So your pistol was your secondary? Or your
Correct.
backup? What kind of rifle do you carry?
A 223.
Okay, and so what range is that accurate over, generally?
It could go from long distance, but I would say anywhere from 50 yards to 100, 200, 250 yards.
And I guess it depends on how good your training is, right? But
Correct.
What other equipment would you have on you?
A bulletproof vest. Potentially, you might have a helmet on.
Yeah. And so let's talk about your vest. So I mean, the deputies in the room now are wearing vests, right?
Yes.
And vests come in different types,
Correct.
right? So there's a general bulletproof vest, which is generally made of Kevlar, right?
Yes, sir.
And I guess they are mostly rated against probably stab-proof, and smaller rounds?
I don't know about the stab proof, but the smaller rounds, yes, sir.
Yeah, generally speaking, they're probably not going to stop something like that,
Generally, no.
right? And that's